T7M Radio brings to you the best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell.
I don't know. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's really taking the fun out of the game for me. Honestly, it really is, because at times I don't even feel safe. Right, and enough is enough. You know, I plan on talking to Commissioner Goodell about this, but it's not fun. And the story of my life ever since I came in is just, well, we missed that one. I'm sorry. I'll try to get it. That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. As players in this league, we do something stupid, we get fined. If we do something derogatory to somebody else, we get fined. And I just can't keep accepting, we missed that one, or I apologize for doing that, or I didn't see it. That's horse crap.
Who's 88? I gotta know. I just gotta know. Who's official 88? He sucked. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be straightforward. He was terrible, and I feel like he should be reprimanded.
Woo-wee! We got a flag on the play. What's poppin'? Salute to all my fellow sports fans and debaters. Welcome back. You are now rocking with the best. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. Here on T7M Radio, I am your host, as always, the Kid 7 Mitchell. We locked and loaded. Joining me, as always, I got my co-host with me, the Devil's Advocate out in Charlotte. We got the big homie J.O. in the building. J.O., what's poppin'?
Yeah, I'm in the building, man. That's a crazy, crazy weekend.
Oh, my Lord. It's going down today, man. We got a big-time flag on the play. We got to talk about what's going on in NFL officials. We just heard at the top of the show that was Cam Newton and Josh Norman with their respective opinions on officiating from yesterday's game. Cam Newton, man, he's been taking a lot of shots. J.O., this is in your backfield, your hometown. So we really got to lock in and talk about the officiating in the NFL. So people, y'all call up 347-989-8102. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio. We also live streaming the Facebook Live, the group, the NFL Trash Talk, the group. Salute to the group and the group members. We are locked and loaded, so make sure y'all show support. If y'all have not done so already, T7M Radio on YouTube is definitely the channel you need to lock in and subscribe to for all the latest podcast debates when it comes to this thing that we love called sports. We definitely appreciate it. And follow us on social media all across the board at T7M Radio. So, J.O., man, again, what was your thoughts? I want to kind of break this down into two because the situations are kind of different. Cam Newton, now we talked about him taking shots ever since the first game of the season versus the Broncos and, you know, the injuries that he suffered. What's your thoughts on the abuse that Cam seems to be taking, as well as, I guess, him taking a public stance now?
Well, I mean, it's this accumulation of illegal hits that hasn't been called for some time now. Cam is fed up. It looked as if he didn't want to mention it while they was losing because he probably get criticized for it. So I guess he figured, you know, once they win the game, he can say it. But I mean, I'm not sure how a referee is looking directly at the quarterback. I mean, the refs, they see all these pass interference plays, questionable pass interference plays. They never miss those. But how do you miss a 6'6", 250 man getting hit illegally and you don't throw a flag? So that's something we're going to discuss, and we definitely need answers soon.
Absolutely, man. Let me just ask you off the top. Do you feel like there is some biasness when it comes to the officiating and this type of quarterback? Not just a black quarterback, but, you know, Cam Newton, for the most part, is star-studded. He's the reigning MVP of the NFL. So do you think maybe the NFL or the officials may have a biasness or maybe, you know, their guns out for quarterbacks in the position such as Cam Newton?
I don't know, man. It's like maybe they never seen a quarterback with this type of physique for athletic ability, and quite frankly, a quarterback with this type of arrogance. So I think all that plays a part when Cam Newton is being refereed. I mean, during the game, the referees see him carrying the ball like a fullback, and they see him get hit. So it's just they're accustomed of seeing him get hit, so they trying to play him at the same playing field as like a running back with the same set of rules instead of him being in the quarterback. When he's in the pocket, he's defensive. When he's standing tall in the pocket and he's delivering the ball and he's getting hit illegally, he's defensive. So I don't know. We don't know if race play a part. You mentioned race. We don't know if that may play a part, or just his size and just his whole entire makeup. So it's definitely something that needs to be addressed, and I'm happy Cam Newton is addressing it and he's bringing it to the league office, because I mean, it just, I've lived here in Charlotte, and the fans are upset, man. They feel. I mean, the fans already feel like nobody respects the Carolina Panthers as is, but to see this, it just validates it.
This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio. Callers, y'all call up 347-989-8102. We talking NFL officiating, flags on the play, called and not called. J.O., you did bring up Cam Newton going to Roger Goodell, or plans to go into the commissioner this week, to speak on the abuse that he's been taking and the penalties that has and has not been called on his behalf. He even went as far as saying that he doesn't even feel safe anymore. You can't really speak for nobody's personal feelings, but do you think that Cam Newton is overreacting with the "I don't feel safe anymore" type of angle? And do you really think Roger Goodell and the NFL will actually respect or even hold a conversation with Cam Newton regarding the officiating?
I don't know if they're going to make a public statement. Roger Goodell is. I do think Cam should have maybe said something about this weeks ago, and I'm not quite sure why the organization is not side by side with Cam and being outraged. At this point, what do you have to lose? You know what I'm saying? A fine here, a fine there, but your health is more important. So, it's time for him to go to this extreme measures to say that he's not fun, he doesn't feel safe, because those are the type of hits that he's taking, and players on the field realize that he's refereed different from, you say, your Tom Brady's or your other pocket quarterbacks are just standing there, not as athletic or mobile. The referees may get the benefit of doubts on some calls. So you got to think about it. When Tom Brady got injured 8 years ago with a knee injury, the rule of hitting low on the quarterback, defensive quarterback, the rule was set in play immediately. So why is Cam Newton different from your Tom Brady's of the world, your Philip Rivers? Why? We don't know. Maybe we do know.
Do you think some of the, I don't want to call it pizzazz, but, Cam Newton definitely has swagger. He brings a whole different type of feel to the NFL. Do you feel like that may play a role in the NFL and the officiating? Because, of course, some of the quarterbacks that you named, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, even back to Peyton Manning when he was in the league, they wasn't as flamboyant. Tom Brady has had his troubles with the NFL, but do you think that the swagger that the black quarterback is holding, namely Cam Newton, do you think that that is playing a role in, them feeling like, okay, maybe he can take some of this pressure, maybe he can take some of these hits, we can't be tit-for-tat calling every play for him?
I think that plays a major part in this. I mean, you got to understand the referees, the refs on the field are humans too. Just like humans, you have feelings, you have, your ways of how you think of people are, blah, blah, blah. So you see this guy run over 3 tacklers, and then he started dabbing. Probably consciously, the referee's probably like, don't look at him like, okay, that's the quarterback, blah, blah, blah. So I think that does play a part in a lot of times referees come into the game. They don't like certain players. They're not going to give certain players the benefit of the doubt. Certain players complain more than other players. You know, I can remember in the NBA, a referee, he hated Tim Duncan. He ejected him just for staring at him. So, the referees are human, and they have their certain players, whether they want to admit it or not, have different set of rules for them. It's just as simple as that.
You know, I totally agree. I think the biggest thing that amazes me, J.O., over the past couple of days, I mean, you think about it, in the span of just a few hours, we done had 3 of the NFL's probably most predominant or prominent players, you know, voice criticism of specific game officials. You know, a week ago, a coach who had said on the competition committee had voiced his opinion. I remember that. And then we just talked about Cam Newton. Now, we also had Josh Norman, who felt like the NFL officiating is just getting way out of hand and that they should be reprimanded. They should be fined. They should be subject to suspensions and things of that nature. What's your opinion? Because, of course, with the officiating, J.O., you and I both know it's a human element, and in every human element there's going to be mistakes. We do have the replay, but every call is not, you know, replayed or eligible for replay. What's your thoughts on an official being fined or even possibly suspended for getting maybe a call or multiple calls wrong in the game?
I think that's a great idea. I think everybody in professional sports should be held accountable. I think referees should get suspended. I think they should get fined. I think their name should be put out in the open. Everybody that's involved with the game that we watch, because we as fans, you know, we the consumers, we paying. We want to know everything that's going on the field. We don't want to know that. We don't want to know. Excuse me. We want to know if this referee have history with this certain player, so when we watching the game, we can look out for stuff like that. You know, I just want everything to be under one umbrella, so then we can have a better idea of how the game is being called. So I think they should be suspended. They should be fined. They should be. It should be name called. Their name should be called out in public. Just put it under one umbrella and let's play football.
You know, that's an outstanding point you made, J.O. And one more thing I'm going to bring to your attention before we take a quick time out. Again, this is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio with 7 Mitchell and J.O. Callers, y'all call up 347-989-8102. Yesterday, Seattle Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman had said that referee Ed Hockley, I forgot his name, Hockley, his failure to call more than 2 penalties against the Saints yesterday was pretty egregious. So we do see that this energy is being displayed not only at the quarterback, it is kind of being displayed at the defensive side. But, you know, Richard Sherman, just like Cam Newton, as I spoke earlier, is one of those athletes and players in the league that has that pizzazz, has that swagger, real outspoken. So I'm not quite sure if the officials and just the NFL as a whole might, you know, under their radar got it out for these guys or try to find a way to keep them in line.
That's another example of outlandish type players, outspoken. You know, you have Seattle, their entire defense. It's, you know, you have Sherman and guys like Michael Bennett. You have all these guys. We mentioned Josh Norman, Cam Newton. I mean, luckily, D'Angelo Hall, if he probably was active, you know, it would probably be even worse for the Redskins as far as bias is concerned.
Best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell on T7M Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. 347-989-8102, and follow us on social media, T7M Radio on YouTube.